Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Radford.
And I'm Aaron Gilchrist. We begin with the developing weather situation that's impacting millions of Americans from coast to coast. Dozens of wildfires burning across the western part of the country at this hour. And to make matters worse, smoke from those fires has now spread to the East Coast. Take a look. A blanket of smoke creating hazy skies in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. It's so bad, New York just registered its worst air quality day in 14 years. Right now, there are 83 active wildfires burning across 13 states. So far, flames have destroyed more than 1 million acres.
And the worst of the wildfires is the Bootleg fire in southern Oregon. It's now the fourth largest in state history. More than 70 homes have been destroyed and thousands have been forced to evacuate. Right now, as we speak, less than a third of the Bootleg fire is currently contained. And so far, roughly 400,000 acres have already been destroyed. So just for some perspective, the Bootleg fire has already destroyed a swath of land that, get this, is larger than the city of Los Angeles.
NBC News meteorologist Bill Cairns is standing by for us. Let's begin, though, with NBC News correspondent Ron Allen. He's here in New York City. Ron, set the scene for us. It was so weird yesterday afternoon stepping outside and smelling the smoke here in the city. Where do things stand right now? What's the air quality like? What are people saying?
Well, as of this morning, around 5:30, New York had the second worst air quality of any major city anywhere in the world. And that's saying something. Usually most of those cities are in China, where there's a real bad pollution problem. It's another weird day here, but the situation is improving a little bit. If you look over in this direction at the skyline, you can see the Empire State Building there, and it's sort of surrounded by all this haze. Normally you can see a bit more of the skyline, but it's a kind of a low-hanging haze. It's also a cloudy day here, and to some extent that's some good news because there's rain in the forecast. There are supposed to be thunder showers starting any hour now, which most meteorologists think will wash away a lot of the smoke, at least for the day. But you can see it's a thick, hazy, sort of soupy sort of thing just hanging over the city. And that's the situation from Toronto all the way south to Philadelphia, across the top of the country, and here all the way to the East Coast. It's really just a very odd phenomenon, and it's amazing when you think that this smoke from these fires could drift thousands and thousands of miles across the country and end up and hang here. And it's been this way for the past couple of days. And again, the forecast is that things are going to get better, but we'll have to see how severe the showers are, if there's heavy rain, how long it lasts, and whether, in fact, it does wash away all this. In some parts of the country, there are health advisories, there are warnings. The air quality is considered dangerous or unhealthy in some places. But again, just a very unusual, weird phenomenon that we're experiencing here for now a third day or so here in New York City. Aaron, Morgan?
Well, Ron, you mentioned it. This smoke can be bad news for people with asthma or other respiratory issues. What's the advice for folks who have those things to think about as we're dealing with this poor air quality?
Well, the obvious things, if you can, stay in the house, avoid exercising, especially strenuous exercising. I usually go out and ride my bike in the afternoons, and I don't think I'm going to do that today, and I put it off yesterday as well, because you can smell the air. You can just tell the air quality is bad. And for people who have asthma, respiratory illnesses or issues, obviously just take it easy.
Right.
This is not like the end of the world, of course. It's not a matter of life and death, and perhaps it is for some people. But it's, but again, the good news is that we have this other weather phenomenon happening. It's supposed to start raining here any hour,
right,
and the expectation is that will wash some of this away. The other problem, of course, is that the wildfire season out west is just getting started, and the fires are burning out of control in so many areas. And so the possibility, the forecast, I would think, and Bill will have more on this, is that these fires could get worse, and even if we get some relief with from the smoke and haze here today because of rain, we're just at the beginning of the season. So the rest of the month and on into August, we could get more of this as this weather phenomenon that we're experiencing, becomes more of a reality, more of a prevalent reality than it used to be.
All right.
Years.
Ron Allen for us here in New York City. Ron, thanks.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.